Okay, so you have a small backyard and you're trying to figure out, how do I make this place look larger? Well, I gotcha. Today I'm going to show you the design principles used in order to make a space feel larger than what it is. Even how to make it more open and more inviting. Okay, so we're gonna start with this image right here. This is what a typical suburban backyard looks like. When you see this, thoughts come to your head like, what do I even do? Where do I even start right here? It just looks flat. And this is a question that most homeowners get wrong 99% of the time. Before I tell you where to start, I'm gonna tell you exactly where not to start. One of the biggest mistakes homeowners make is planting plants in random spots of the yard. You shouldn't start right in the middle of your landscaping or along these pavers or even like along this existing tree right here. What happens when you do that is that you box yourself in. That's why we're gonna start on the perimeter and then work ourselves in. The next step is gonna be creating vertical interest. So we're gonna go up. Vertical interest is really important, especially if you're in a small yard, because for the most part, it's one-dimensional. When you look here, your eye just goes from left to right. You need it to have more depth. So we gotta go vertical in order to create that interest. A few anchor palms like foxtail palms or Christmas palms are really gonna make or break the space.
And there's no secret to this. Anybody can paint. Anybody can paint. All you need is a dream in your heart, a little practice.
All right, so we've just added our palms. We picked the foxtail palms right here and then the Christmas palms right here. And so these are gonna give us some serious height to work with. And height is one of the key ways they create an illusion of space. So the next step comes from you. You need to ask yourself, what do I want this garden to do for me? How do I want to live in it? What do I want it to look like? Is it something that you're just going to be looking out of the window and being like, oh, that looks pretty? Or is it going to be something like a botanical garden where you're traveling from vista to vista? For this design, we're going to go with that second option. That's going to add more depth in your garden and make it feel more like an experience. For this design right here, I'm going to create a pathway moving to a seating section right here. And then that pathway is going to continue down the garden. Really no.
3 days later.
Okay, so we have our pathway in, and this is going to have a nice curved pathway, and it's going to lead to this destination right here. And what I want this to be is a little seating section where you can meet up with a friend, maybe sit out and have some coffee in the morning, and really just take in the landscaping. So let's go and place some chairs, kind of like this. Now, if I had multiple pictures of this place, I would more than likely create like a vista right here where it's going to be a nice coffee section, a place that you can kind of chill and relax, and then maybe another place where maybe it's a little water feature or a butterfly section where you're going to see a bunch of nice blooming plants. Or maybe even like a little orchid garden somewhere in there. Now, instead of just having something blank where your eye just goes from left to right, now you're going to location. And that's what this is all about. It's about creating multiple experiences within your garden. Let's go and decorate our destination up a little bit with some more anchor palms. I'm going to add some mulch around here so it just looks a little bit better. Okay, so I went ahead and added a few more palms and then added a few more beds to this area. And there's two key things that I really want to point out. A very, very common misconception is if I load this place up with palms, it's going to feel crowded. It's going to feel even smaller than what I had before. In reality, if it's done correctly, it actually has the opposite effect. By putting in more plants and trees, you're going to create multiple focal points, which is going to give it even more visual interest. Instead of seeing the property boundaries from right to left, your eye moves throughout the landscaping, going from one feature to the next to the next. This creates an illusion of a larger, more immersed space. The key isn't using fewer plants, it's about using the right plant in the right locations. And the second point right here is when I was creating these beds, I left this break right here on purpose. I didn't just have it flow along the pathway. I wanted to have negative space. Those visual breaks are important because it allows your eye to travel deeper into the landscape. If everything is connected into one large bed, the space feels actually smaller and confined. By creating these openings, we're actually creating more depth and separation in the landscape. This is a point that really gets overlooked quite often, and it's probably one of the most essential ways in creating depth in a landscaping. You need something to go from really high to really low. That visual contrast creates more depth in a landscaping. The more of that you have, the bigger your space feels. I'm going to give you an example of that right here. We're going to use Java white copper leaves in this back corner. These are going to get nice and tall and create a nice buffering so you really won't see that fence too much. 1, 2 on either side of that Christmas palm. So now that we have something nice and tall in the back like this, we're gonna come right back with something low, like foxtail ferns. And as you can see, your eye goes from really tall from the Christmas palms, down to the Java whites, down to the foxtails. Now we're gonna fast forward this so you can be able to see what it looks like throughout the entire garden. All right, you guys, I'm done, and this is how you can see the layering effects in real life. So I'll just kind of run you through a little bit of the plants. We have the Brazilian red cloaks right here. We have lady palms back here, copperleaf, Java white copperleafs back here, mammy crotons, foxtail ferns, dwarf alocasias right here. We have red copperleafs back here. We have the larger alocasias right over here, same over here. Pygmy date palms, Christmas palms, foxtail palms, coconut palms right here. Brazilian red cloaks right here, sloppy painter crotons right here, liriope right here, some Tennessee boulders mixed with some coquina boulders over here. We have false agave right here with some marguerite bromeliads and some songs of India right over here, and then foxtail agaves right over here. Now, I know this looks like I was just clicking and dragging for about 10 minutes straight, but I really wanted to dive in and just tell you that there is very intentional behind each placement, and you don't see the countless shifts and moves, ups and downs of the focal points in order to get it just right. In reality, this is about take 10. I didn't show you the other 9 takes because I just didn't want to bore you, but I'm sharing this with you mainly so you know when you're creating your own DIY project, it's normal to have to shift things around to where it's just right. I got this picture off of Google, so it's hard to be able to say the exact spacing. When I go and work with clients, I go and get their survey plan, so I know exactly the amount of space that I'm working with, so I can calculate the amount of trees that can actually fit in their garden. So when you're doing that, also make sure to take that into account. But I'm mainly sharing this because if you're creating your own landscape and it's not really going your way, don't get discouraged. You got this. Landscape design is a process and it's consistently evolving, and it takes time to train your eye to see what looks good and then actually make that into reality. The goal isn't to get it right on the first time. The goal is to keep refining it until it starts to feel right. With that being said, I'm going to say take care, gardeners, and best of luck on your project. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll enjoy this video. And if you're looking for a custom landscape design for yourself, go check out the description. I'll give you all our information on that. Thanks for watching and take care.